everybody. Welcome and thank you for being here. Each comment, each thumbs up means the world to me. And you know what? At least 16% of those of you who watch me on a regular basis are not subscribed. Come on, folks. They say nothing in this world comes for free, but it is wrong. It is absolutely free for you to subscribe. It will cost you nothing, but it will mean the world to me, as YouTube pays me for each one of you who are subscribed, each one of you gives a thumbs up, each one of you who leaves a comment. So please, I need you guys. I've got bills to pay. And not only that, but we've got a beautiful, lovely community here in the comment section. There are people in the comment section who have almost become friends. Eventually, over time, we actually sort of know each other, or we know that the husband's not well, or this one has been sick, or whatever the case may be. A real community, almost nearly friends. So come on, those of you who come and visit us on a regular basis, press that subscribe button. Yesterday I was reminded about why we are so invested in the British royal family. Did you guys see the video of Catherine leading at the National Memorial Arboretum? I do not have words, but I could feel the tears behind my eyelids. There's truly no one, but maybe Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, who could bring this level of sincerity, of genuine caring, feeling and warmth. I quickly want to slip this picture in for you, and I apologize sincerely for doing so, but I think it is the perfect illustration of when someone has that mysterious it quality and when someone does not have it. Meghan Markle does not have that it factor. Catherine can wear grandma's dress dating back to 1948 full of coffee stains, and she'll still be beautiful, proud and kind. It is not about what anyone wears, it's about how they carry themselves and that natural warmth and compassion which shines through. None of which Meghan has. And you know what? I just realized, looking at the photographs of her event, that Camilla does not have that it factor either. I'm not comparing the two women because you just can't, but I think both Camilla and Meghan have or had certain skills which brought them to where they are today. There just isn't that natural attraction which attracts people to them. Yet both possesses charm in a way, but it is a learned thing with them, not a natural thing. At the moment, I personally think the stability of the crown rests on the shoulders of Catherine, Sophie and Anne, with William propping up the business end of it. I also think Edward is highly, highly underrated, and that we should look more at his daily activities, because if this is the core group to remain when Charles is gone, then we'll need to pay attention to them and do so relatively quickly. Give them their dues, okay? We must also remember that Princess Anne is only approximately 2 years younger than Charles, so there are no guarantees, although we must say that she looks and acts like a much younger woman. Then I also saw a video last night of William and a little boy in Brazil. The amount of love, kindness and compassion that he had for that little boy, and how much respect he gave him when accepting his letter. Have you noticed how both Catherine and William are prepared to come down to, say, the 100-year-old veterans level or the child's level. They do not tower over them. No, they are prepared to come down to their level and show equal respect to those who respect them. And you see, that is why we are anxiously waiting for William and Catherine to take to the throne. We need them to come down to our level and then to stand up, square up, and represent us. Oh, joy, I see Meghan's Netflix Christmas special is to drop on the 3rd of December. Now, guess what? It was supposed to, or someone actually told the media it was going to drop towards the end of November, and I also think Meghan herself said so during some other event. Now, remember, some of us even made fun of that, didn't we? Christmas in November or whatever. I can't exactly remember. Well, it was changed to the 3rd of December. Now, whose decision or idea that was, I don't know. But if the Harkles want peace with the royals, then that was definitely not a good decision. You see, once again, it clashes with a significant royal event. It was announced last month already that Charles and Camilla will host the President of Germany and his wife during a state visit to the United Kingdom. Although we do not have a date for Catherine's carol concert yet, it is or will likely also be in the first week of December. But anyway, who's going to watch Meghan's Christmas special anyway? So I guess it does not really matter when it drops on Netflix. Another interesting piece of gossip, which admittedly had been around for a week or so, apparently, allegedly, Meghan's latest nanny had quit. She's had enough. Some say it's Meghan's 18th nanny, but Meghan is trying to convince everybody that that is not true and that the nanny had been with them for 5 years. Well, I personally do not know whether this is the 5th or the 10th or the 18th nanny, but what I do know is that she had not been with them for 5 years. Remember Lauren, the nanny, the one, it's Meghan's 18th nanny, but Meghan is trying to convince everybody that that is not true and that the nanny had been with them for 5 years. Well, I personally do not know whether this is the 5th or the 10th or the 18th nanny, but what I do know is that she had not been with them for 5 years. Remember Lauren, the nanny, the one they took to South Africa with them? She was indeed the 3rd nanny they hired after Archie was born. The first 2 were both let go within days, okay? But anyway, Lauren did stay with them for a while, even went to even went to Canada with them, and I think she even spent a couple of months with them in the United States. But as far as I know, Lauren Kumalo went back to England sometime in 2020. Just before or just after they settled into the Montecito mansion. I do not have the exact date at all, but I remember Meghan actually talking about it at the time, how much they were going to miss her, blah, blah, blah. Another nanny allegedly quit last year, and she was upset about unpaid overtime and unfair work demands, and Meghan wanting her to be on call at short notice and 24/7 and, all kinds of things. Anyway, In one of the photographs which they posted, I can't remember exactly when, but it was, say, about 2, 3 years ago. Lily was supposedly still small, and Meghan and Harry were walking ahead. They had the dogs with them, and Archie was sort of running behind. But a blonde woman with her hair in a ponytail was pushing a pushchair pram kind of thing, which I guess had Lily inside. Hey, and then I have another story for you. One you may or may not have heard already, but what the heck? A story is a story. We have all heard all the odd stories about Charles traveling with his own toilet seat and bedroom furniture, ironed shoelaces, all those kind of things, having an aide to put his toothpaste on his toothbrush, etc. But never mind, some of it's true and some not. But this one indeed is very funny. Charles was staying at Greygowan Lodge, and he could not stand the cheap plastic toilet seat. So staffers quickly changed it with the wooden one he usually brought along, or they brought along on his behalf. Well, Prince Philip was the next royal to stay there, and by then Prince Philip was already up to the gills with what he considered to be Charles's overindulgent lifestyle. Well, after this particular stay, aides and staffers forgot to put the plastic one back. Charles and his staff knew that Prince Philip would notice, so to avoid a blow-up family drama, Charles sent an aide back to Scotland, a 9-hour drive from Highgrove, 500 miles or so, I think, to replace the wooden seat with the plastic one before Prince Philip arrived, and thus avoiding a clash between father and son. All about a toilet seat. If only I had that kind of problems. Okay, guys and gals, that's it from me. Please take good care of yourselves and stay safe. Bye.